Your shoulder pain's not getting better. You spend all your waking hours in a sloppy posture, putzing on your phone or working your desk job, and you expect a few stretches or exercises to solve all your problems? Meanwhile, the tendons in your shoulders, like your rotator cuff, are crying out for help. Help me! The tendons can't breathe because they're being compressed for 16 to 18 hours a day. And if you sleep like a fetus, well, those hours aren't helping much either. The first thing we need to fix is the exercise programming. The rotator cuff is not a giant muscle that's gonna blow up when trained. These muscles are fine tuners that work to balance your shoulder. Their main job, keep the ball in the center. The problem is you spend all day rounded and working in front of your body. If you do train, I guarantee you spend a disproportionate amount of time on the front side of your body compared to the back. Remember the old anatomy pictures, like the ones by Da Vinci? There's a reason they have the palms forward. Even if you do train the backside of your shoulder, I guarantee you the program is inadequate to fix the problem that led you to watch this video. There needs to be an incredible emphasis on an endurance component of your posterior or back of your shoulder. We're going to attack that with rep schemes and multi-position isometric holds. Last time I checked, you're not oscillating back and forth to hold good posture. You're staying in one position. So why not train that way? Here's the program. All you're going to do is train 2 positions for the endurance of the back and posterior shoulder. We call it no money position because you're here like you're emptying your pockets, and 90-90 external rotation position. Both are going to strengthen and improve the endurance of your posterior cuff and shoulder blade muscles. What I want you to do is get against a wall, put the back of your head on the wall, shoulder blades, and your butt. Your feet can be away a few inches, and then you're just going to go through that no money position, trying to bring your thumbs to the wall, press into the wall, and you hold that for the goal of 30 seconds. If that's too easy for you, bring the thumbs in and try to get the fists to touch the wall, and you're pressing in that position. This does not require a ton of force. You're just trying to hold the position like you would posture for 30 seconds. You should feel a good burn in your shoulder blades and back of your shoulders and that rotator cuff muscle. Same thing goes for the 90-90. You get in this position, arms abducted to 90 degrees, and then at 90 degrees of elbow flexion, you try to go to 90 degrees of shoulder external rotation. Hold that position, pushing slightly into the wall. The goal, 30 seconds. Again, start at 10 if that's all you can tolerate, and build up to 5 sets of each. Don't even worry about any weights or resistance to start. How are you expecting a muscle to hold your shoulder in a position when it can't even do so at end range without resistance? The goal is to get to 30 seconds, and I want 5 sets for each. If you can't get 5 sets, no big deal, do 3 sets. If 30 seconds is too much, make the adjustment and do 10 seconds to start. You get the idea. Now you've mastered 5 sets of 30 seconds for a week with no setbacks. You should do this every day. Why? Because your posture muscles are designed to hold you there all day, every day. Do you actually expect them to improve by being trained twice a week for 10 minutes each? You're ready for phase 2, which is adding resistance at multiple spots in the range. Starting position, 45 degrees and 90 degrees, both at your side and at 90 degrees of abduction. You're going to change the position of the band and the angle of pull for each position of the exercise. So when I'm at 0 degrees, I have a perpendicular pull to my arm. When I'm at 45 degrees, same thing, perpendicular to my forearm. And when I'm at 90 degrees, perpendicular to my arm. At 90 degrees, anchor the band low so the resistance is perpendicular to your arm. For 45 degrees, anchor it midway, just below your waist. And for 90 degrees, anchor it about eye level so that you're perpendicular to your forearm again. If you don't have a bench with ability to anchor at different angles, no big deal. Just pick up a door anchor on Amazon. I'll put a link for one in the video description. I'll also put multi-level resistance bands so you can progress accordingly. Each one of those positions, you're gonna hold 30 seconds as your goal, 3 sets because you have multiple angles to work through. If any of these give you trouble, congratulations. You just found a weak link. Train around it, not through the pain. It's like when you're a teenager and you want to come home at 11 o'clock, but your parents set your curfew at 10. You didn't just say, screw it, come home at 11 o'clock. You come home at 10:01, then 10:02, then 10:05, then 10:10. They say something to you, so you back it off back to 10 again. You keep working up. Before you know it, you're coming home at 10:30. I mean, I never did this. I think I saw it on Twitter or something. Anyway, the point is, listen to the feedback your body's giving you and act accordingly, or there will be consequences. Once you've done that with no setbacks, you're ready for the next phase. Now, you're ready for full range of motion external rotation strengthening. A few options. You have your classic side-lying external rotation, you have your 90 degree external rotation, and you have your side-lying windshield wiper. Now, studies have shown that the windshield wiper gets the greatest use of the infraspinatus, or that posterior rotator cuff muscle, without kicking in the muscles of the shoulder blade. We don't necessarily want to isolate that without working the shoulder blade. You may need to if you've tried other things, so pick and choose. This is why I'm giving you all three. For the side-lying external rotation, make sure you keep your shoulder blade squeezed back against your spinal column. I always recommend putting a little towel roll in here or a piece of foam to separate that arm from the side. It puts the rotator cuff in a little better position to work. The difference with the windshield wiper exercise is instead of your arm being at your side, the upper arm is going to be up, flexed a bit closer to 45, 60, maybe even 90 degrees if you can tolerate it without pain. And then you're going to do the external rotation. This basically shuts off some of those scapular muscles so that the focus goes more to the posterior rotator cuff muscles, like your infraspinatus. If you go through this whole progression and you're still having difficulty with the shoulder, it's likely there's more going on. Leave a comment below and I can help you through it, or reach out to me directly through my website, Movement Project PT. Your thoracic spine could be a driver of the pain in your shoulder. Watch this video to fix it. Keep it moving.